Imagine you're closing a massive real estate deal, right? And the agent suggests a down contract.
Oh, like a little white lie on the paperwork to save on taxes.
Exactly. Everyone wins. But you say no, and suddenly, you're the office pariah.
Yeah, mocked for ruining the deal.
Welcome to this deep meditation. Today we're exploring why that exact scenario is basically the climax of Jesus' Beatitudes.
It really is the ultimate test.
Yeah. So whether you were there for the Sunday sermon at Hong Kong Cheil Church, or you're engaging with this message for the first time, our goal is to scale the final summit of Matthew 5.10.
A very challenging summit.
It is. The text says, "Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." So, to stand at this summit, we first need to define what Jesus actually meant by persecution.
Right, because that word persecuted in the original Greek, it implies an ongoing, continuous harassment.
So not just a dramatic one-time thing.
No, not at all. It's the daily, grinding discomfort of choosing integrity over convenience, just like in that real estate scenario you mentioned.
Right.
And the sermon makes a really crucial distinction here. This is suffering specifically for God's righteousness.
Which, that draws a really hard line. We aren't talking about playing the victim after making a careless mistake at work.
Oh, definitely not. Or, being socially awkward and calling it spiritual warfare.
Yeah, that happens a lot more than we'd like to admit.
It really does. It's really about the friction that happens when a life aligned with God's heart just looks, well, completely foolish to the rest of the world.
I have to be honest, I struggle with this line between persecution and just being, insufferable.
Yeah, it's a tough balance to strike.
Because if I'm arguing with someone about my faith, my chest gets tight, my pulse goes up, and I just assume I'm defining the truth. Am I being persecuted, or am I just being a jerk?
Well, that's the exact tension the sermon addresses with this rather brilliant litmus test.
Oh, right. Examining your internal state.
Exactly. Because if you're operating out of your own self-righteousness, your heart just fills with anxiety, fear, and hostility toward the people opposing you.
Wow. Yeah. That hits close to home.
But God's righteousness produces a completely different internal climate. Like a quiet peace and genuine compassion for the person standing against you.
That is a terrifyingly precise litmus test.
It really is. It doesn't leave much room for excuses.
It means I could be saying all the right theological words, but if my internal engine is running on anger instead of peace, I've completely missed the mark.
And we see this played out perfectly with Stephen in the book of Acts.
Oh, right, when he's being stoned.
Yeah. While facing fatal persecution, he didn't harbor hatred. His internal engine was running on such profound peace that he actually prayed for his executioner's forgiveness.
There's a brutal irony here, too, because the sermon points out that historically the most vicious pushback doesn't always come from secular society.
No, it often comes from inside the house.
Right, like the Pharisees or medieval priests protecting their institutional power.
Or even Saul before his conversion.
Exactly. It's a stark reminder to the word community that mere proximity to religion does not guarantee proximity to God's heart.
Yeah, that's a dangerous trap.
We can so easily become enemies of the gospel while thinking we're the ones defending it.
Which really forces us to look at how we actually survive this kind of pressure, without turning into the very oppressors we're resisting.
Right. How do we actually do that?
Well, the sermon anchors this in 1 Corinthians 10.13, noting that God doesn't give us trials we can't handle. But the mechanism for handling it isn't just sheer willpower.
Because willpower eventually runs dry. If I'm just white-knuckling my way through mockery at the office, eventually I'm going to snap at my coworkers.
Oh, 100%. Willpower is a finite resource. So the sermon points to a different engine altogether, which is love.
Love shifts your internal center of gravity.
Yes, exactly. When you root your identity in how much Christ loves you, the approval or mockery of your colleagues suddenly holds much less weight.
It acts as a buffer.
Yeah, absorbing the friction so it doesn't penetrate your soul and turn into resentment.
And that reframing is really central to the vision for Hong Kong Cheil Church.
Oh, absolutely. The goal isn't to breed isolationists who hide from the world.
Right. It's to raise up leaders who embody these Beatitudes, people who step directly into the friction of their workplaces and communities, insulated by that love, responding with an unshakable peace.
It's about letting that pressure forge something beautiful rather than letting it break you down.
That is so powerful. Well, thank you to the Word community for joining this deep meditation.
Yes, thank you for exploring this with us.
As you step back into the reality of your week, we want to leave you with a final thought to guide your own personal meditation. When you look at the friction or hardships in your life right now, are they producing anxiety and bitterness within you? Or are they slowly growing into a quiet peace and a genuine love for those who oppose you?